blessed.
Go live.
You see,
Go live.
I want to live my
Here we
life
go.
in the overflow.
Uh,
I want to have more than enough.
I want to have more than
Check this
enough.
out.
I want to be able to give my partner some money,
It's
man.
time for me to start.
Elevate. Been down too long, time to graduate. Mount up my wings like an eagle, you see.
Turn all my dreams to reality.
Listen, ain't nothing on this earth gonna hold me back.
From my heart desires,
He promised that.
if I have faith,
Y'all gotta go get this song, man. Y'all gotta go copy this song right here, man. Hey,
I want to be blessed, to be a blessing.
prosperous life, no more stressing.
That won't know me from the moon to the sun.
He'll keep blessing me in every session.
I got to do something with this life he give. His plan for me, that's what I wanna live. As long as I'm not God on my side.
Here we
the
go.
hater just gonna have
Here we
to
go.
let me
What we doing? What we doing in that?
in the overflow.
Hey, what? In the overflow. Don't y'all want to live in the overflow, man? Huh? Y'all want to live in the overflow where y'all ain't stressing about nothing, man. Y'all boy gotta get crunk, man. It Potluck Tuesday. We gonna talk about some scribbles today, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all what they got them good scribbles at. And it ain't the blue flame. Hey. You gotta speak it into existence. You gotta speak that thing into existence if you want it.
In your heart, and in your mind, and in your soul.
Hey.
So you gotta repeat this.
Repeat after me, y'all.
See what you say.
So you can say what you heard. Hey, listen.
I wanna be living. I gotta be living.
I know y'all want to live in the overflow, man. Here you go, Jermaine. You said it been in your head all week. Come on, rock with it. Yo, don't talk about. Yo, don't talk about. Hey.
And I'm gonna live in the overflow. I wanna be living in the overflow. I got to be living in the overflow. And I'm
Yeah, let's go. Ow. Put that fable on him. Ow. Living. What? In the overflow. All right, y'all. That song right there, hitting right there. That's your boy right there. You know what I'm saying? You're truly. Y'all need to go cop that song right there, man. Y'all make me rich, man. I'm trying to get what Lil Nas X got, man. I'm getting tired of looking at the thing behind me, man. I'm getting tired of looking at the moon man behind me, and I ain't got now. How he get one for me? Y'all don't never let me win nothing. Hey, but what's up, y'all? And y'all are now tuned into what? Overflow, the Everyday People Show. The show where folks like who? Me and you get to come on and just chop it up. See, we talk about it like we do it on the street corner. We talk about it like we do it in the barber shop, the beauty shop. Hey, you want to cuss, man. Look, today is Potluck Tuesday. Y'all know what Potluck Tuesday means? That means we can talk about what we want to talk about today, y'all. Y'all want to talk about Trump? We can do that. Y'all want to talk about Biden? We can do that. The black agenda? We can do that. Y'all want to talk about violence in the street? Y'all want to talk about racism? Or y'all want to talk about them scribbles? Who got the best scribble? We can do that. Because it's Potluck Tuesday. We can tell y'all who got the best scribbles, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the blue flame. But anyway, y'all, we're going to chop it up by whatever y'all want to talk about. So if y'all got a question, put it in the comment box. And me and my crew, we're going to chop that thing up today, man. We're going to chop it up. That's what we're going to do. Meanwhile, let me bring my co-host in, man. Let me bring that boy. Who we got right here, man? We got my boy Charisma in the house. Yeah, Charisma, he a vampire, y'all. He kind of like a dog over there a little bit.
Yeah.
Charisma, you kind of like a dog over there a little bit, man. Was you a vampire or something, bro?
I'm a vampire, baby.
Man, you got to get your light together, bro.
That's all good. My light good.
You need to cut that floodlight on over there, man. What been going on with you, bro?
Bro, it's just been, it's been.
You had a good week, man.
Been a hell of a ride this year.
You had a good week. You voted already?
Nah.
Yeah, what you waiting for? Net Tuesday?
Nah, I got it.
You got it, man. You ain't voted yet, man. Come on, bro. Bro.
I know what I'm doing.
You know what you're doing. All right, man. Let me bring that boy in there. That boy Jermaine gonna bring the pain. Oh, what you doing?
Yo.
Jermaine over there partying over there. What you doing over there?
I think I might give away a brand new truck. I'm giving away a
birthday?
Nah.
What you doing over there, man? You celebrate life? Oh, okay. That what's up, man. We need to everybody need to celebrate life like that, then, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You had a good week, man.
It's been a week, bro. It's been a week.
Hey, man, I understand, man. You voted already, bro? Oh, hell no. Hell no. You ain't voted either? Hold on, man. How y'all gonna be? Hold on, man. Y'all ain't voted yet, man.
Man,
man.
We got things. We got. Hey, it's gonna be all right, man. We up.
I know what y'all thinking y'all gonna do. Y'all think it's gonna come down to 1 or 2 votes, and y'all gonna have them. What name that move they had? The name that move they had?
Jermaine, this man, I be trying to.
Y'all remember that move when it came down to 1 vote and the one dude hadn't voted.
Hey, I the only time I wish is on my birthday, so I'm not going to cash my wish.
Hey, man. Hey, whenever in doubt, go with your mama, man. Go with what your mama like, man.
If I go with my mama, I'll be all screwed up.
Hey, you look fine to me. You look fine to me, man. Look like she did a good job to me.
She did.
Okay then. Don't be talking about you screwed up, man.
Word up.
Hey man, let me bring these guests in, man. Oh my boy True, he almost out of guest. He out of guest territory now, man. That man a part of the show now. I might have to add him to that little. I might have to add him to that little collage I made. Yeah. That co-host collage I made.
I like that. I seen that.
What going on, True? You doing good, man? Had a good week?
Yeah, I had a good week. I was celebrating my wife's birthday, and we had a.
Happy birthday to the wife!
We've been together 15 years. We just had a 15-year anniversary on the 23rd.
Oh man, that what's up, man? You doing your thing over there, then, man?
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. Love.
Have you voted? Have you voted yet?
She voted for us today.
She voted for us. What you mean she voted for us?
Like I got open charges. I'm pretty sure they not going my vote. So she good. So she put her vote in.
Now the last time we talked, we said, well, you ain't registered. Have you ever registered?
Yeah, I registered, but I don't believe that shit really matter to me. Like I don't think they okay. I did read. It said if you have like probation, if you got to open cases and stuff like that, you already out the vote. It's not like you could be a convicted felon. But if you still on parole, probation, if you got open charges, stuff like that, somehow you get your vote don't count.
Hey man, here's what I say about that: make them do their job. Don't make it easy for them. Make them do their job, man.
Yeah, I feel
that's the only power you got. Really, you think about it. It's small, but it's all you got, man. That's all we got. The power of the ballot, man.
Yeah, I go harass them at the courthouse. I do things locally. You know what I'm saying?
Man, just go vote.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Let them decide if it's gonna count or not.
Yeah.
Well, you sound like them celebrities.
Hey man, it is what it is, man. Go vote, man. I'm urging you too, bro. Go vote.
See,
I don't care. You vote for Trump. That's on you. You like Trump. You like him.
But Robert, I do vote. I'm just
never in your life.
I do vote, man. I'm just waiting on a certain time.
All right, we got one more guest, man. I see your name, Swan. What's up, Swan?
Hey, what's going on, man? First time on here. How y'all doing, brother?
First time on here?
Yeah, hey, man. First time on here.
This your show, man.
Old childhood friend of Alton's, Charisma's.
Yeah. Hey, everybody come on this show. It's their show. I'm just moderator. I'm just the moderator, man. That's all it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Brothers?
So you got something you want to talk about, man? You bring it up, man. This Potluck Tuesday. Then what you bring up, whatever you want to talk about. You want to talk about?
I don't have no topics. I don't have no topics at all. I voted.
Man, I'm gonna ask you that you voted already, man. That what's up, man. So we got the 2 people out of 5 who voted already on him.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I don't count. You know I didn't vote. My wife voted though.
Your wife voted for her.
She said it was for us.
She said it for y'all.
Yeah, it was for us. She voted for us.
Hey man, I get it, man. I get it, man. You know what I'm saying? But hey man, make them do their job, man. Don't let them tell you uneligible to vote. Yeah. If you just do that, they're gonna do it every year.
I'm never gonna know. I just go down. I can go down there and vote, but I don't know if it counted or not. I don't really know where I stand. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to do. I just left it alone.
Swan,
I vote.
Yeah. Swan, we welcome you to the show, man. You know what I'm saying? You do your thing, man. Whatever you do, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hold on, man. I got a co-host, man. I got to bring in, man. He always late to the party, man. We gonna dock him again. He ain't gonna get. No, he ain't in the car, man. Foo, what's up, man?
What's up, y'all?
What up? On?
Now see, we know Foo already voted. Foo was the first one to vote. I thought he was the first. I thought he was the first American to vote. but he didn't give them their vote without a house. You know what I'm saying?
He looks serious as hell.
Hey, look. Matter of fact, we never did finish that story round. I think. Did we finish that vote story?
I seen the video. He posted another video too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was because the reception was bad because I was driving. Hell, I'm home. It just took me 10 minutes to log on.
Yeah.
It's some bullshit. That's how I'm looking like. I can't believe it literally took me 10 minutes to log on.
And it's like, bro,
that's that damn MacBook.
No, that's this fucking Wi-Fi. This Wi-Fi is trash. Xfinity can kiss my ass.
I told you I got to come down there and work on your network, man. I'm gonna get your network straight.
When you come down this motherfucker, you're gonna lose more hair fucking around with this shit over here.
Nah, bro, I got Xfinity too, man, and my shit jamming.
Me too.
Nah, but see, y'all don't remember.
Same problem.
This shit around the corner at my aunt's house, it used to be bad, and over here it was fine. All of a sudden, it got bad. So I don't know, yo. I don't know. I just know they can kiss my ass.
All that money, they getting all their money from us every month.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, I pay like $200 for that shit. What's
but anyway, y'all.
Oh Lord, we back on this mad shit.
we back on Guy Fawkes.
We ain't gonna talk about the man today, man. I didn't want to show. I didn't want to show folk what the man went in there and voted with a V for Victory mask, man.
That mask on this week. A lot of people wearing that mask.
Y'all make me go watch the movie.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched the movie. What did
you get from the movie?
I get the man was crazy to me. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? If that's what you got from the movie, I will never look at it again because you don't, fam. You on a whole solid spectrum.
He was against the government. I guess. No, you know what I'm saying?
No, you're wrong again.
Nah.
But the chick that saved him, you know what I'm saying?
And if you think that she saved him, that's also a problem.
Yeah, seriously. Hey,
you know what? Watch it again and take notes. Watch it again and take notes, and you'll be all right.
Believe it, because you all off the. Hey,
yeah, the message of the movie has went completely over your head. I promise you.
Remember V for Vendetta? Remember that Swan?
What you talking about?
No,
talking about the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, what about it?
We let Robert, he went to go watch it, and he said he's talking about some other junk. He don't even understand the movie.
Well, I gotta watch it again, man. It wasn't no movie kind of like left me like, what's going on with him, man? This man just blowing up stuff and you know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
You have to pay attention to the messages. You have to
I'll watch it again without being sleepy. You know what I'm saying? I think I was kind of sleepy too. No, I watched it kind of late. It was late when I watched it, and I was kind of like dozing. I was really trying to hurry up and get it over with so I can go to bed.
Yeah, you gotta be wide awake to watch that movie.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna watch it again, man.
Exactly. Yo, I've been seeing something on the internet, and it shows the cognitive dissonance of people and just the pure ignorance of people. And if anybody got a problem with what I'm saying, I pray that they jump on and say something. I am watching our people justify the 94 crime bill, which is the dumbest shit I've ever seen and heard in my life, because it shows you how clueless these people are to justify that shit, considering the ramifications of our people. Now, am I going to say that everybody who got locked up because of it shouldn't have been locked up? Of course not. But what I will say is this: the fact that our people who are disproportionately arrested because of it and still in jail because of it, and motherfuckers justifying it, they clueless. They some of the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever seen and heard in my life. That's some stupid shit. But it shows you the world that we live in when that can happen, which to me is horrible. Because a kid posted earlier and he said, for all the people that's complaining about Trump, please show me where Joe Biden in his 50 years in government ever did anything for us. He's absolutely right. So it shows, and it just shows two heads of the same motherfucking coin, two heads of the same snake. But motherfuckers is so in their feelings, they don't think that way.
He just co-signed, huh?
I believe you're talking about me.
Nah, you gotta look. If y'all,
but look, I wouldn't.
The post that I saw,
I wasn't justifying the crime bill. What I was saying, we have to fix two sides. We can't just say if we fix the crime bill, but we still gonna have crime. When are we gonna start dealing with our side of the coin? That's what I was saying.
No, I'm not. That's why I said that. What I was saying wasn't directed towards you, but
I'm just talking transparent.
But the fact of the matter is, still, there was a bill that was passed by a person who's running for president, who made a bill, and it affected us specifically. There are people still in Jersey, still in New York, still in Philly. They still locked up over that shit.
Right.
And it's official, and it's us that were affected, but the cluelessness of people, they justifying the shit because they are emotionally pissed off at an orange motherfucker in office. I don't give a fuck about that.
But let me say this. Let me play devil advocate. When was that crime bill passed?
94.
94. Now, if you still locked up over that damn bill, what the fuck did you do?
No, see,
what the hell did you do?
That right there is the problem. What you have to understand is the way the rules were set in that bill, it fucked people up to have them have like small minor offenses, but now that shit is escalated and keeping them motherfuckers in jail.
And
that's the problem.
And who helped them write this bill?
Shit, a bunch of other politicians.
Like who?
Strong Thurman.
Who else?
I can't think of the other. He was
the what caucus? The what caucus?
the Black Caucus.
The Black Caucus. The Black Caucus. Exactly. The Black Caucus.
They didn't help write it. They just helped it get pushed along through.
Exactly.
They co-signed this bill.
Because let me tell you something. At the time, that seemed like it was a good bill because it was a mayhem in the streets in our community. Let me tell y'all something. I'm from the projects, man. These old folk couldn't even breathe. They couldn't walk out their door. Something drastic had to happen. In hindsight, it was a bad bill. And even Joe Biden admitted in the last debate, he said it was a bad. It didn't work.
But Robert,
in hindsight,
what you got to understand is that the Black Caucus is not made. It ain't nobody. It's affluent Black people. So it's people of high influence. It wasn't people like you. It wasn't people like you and me that lived in the neighborhood. They didn't live in the neighborhood.
But
they didn't live in those neighborhoods that was affected.
But people like you and me voted for them, right?
And that's
exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We didn't hold them accountable for what they did. We holding Joe Biden accountable for some shit he had no idea what going on in our community. He don't know nothing about how we live.
But Robert, the Black Caucus has never done anything for the Black community anyway. Name one thing they've done for the Black community.
Tell me what politicians have.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
But
That's what I'm saying.
But the hypocrisy of the 94 crime bill is that Joe Biden's son, who is a known crackhead, he gets a pass while
it's his son. We know that. We know his son gonna get a pass.
But people of our
we act like we don't know this.
Listen, and this is the hypocrisy of the bill, because people of our hue is proportionately affected by that crime bill. While his son got a pass for years and years, and he's a known crackhead, it's still a crackhead. And he got slapped on the wrist. So that's the hypocrisy of it.
Guess who say that bill didn't go far enough? Huh? Guess who say that bill didn't go far enough?
Who?
Donald Trump. He said the bill. He said it was a weak bill.
Okay, so basically, I want you to think about what you just said. if he said that, that means that you have two heads of the same exact.
Exactly. That's the same man who said 5 innocent boys still should get the death penalty.
So the reason, but the point of me bringing it up is the ignorance of people that are justifying it. That's the problem. You also factor in people who get so emotional when a person disagrees with Biden, disagrees with Harris, and they immediately say, "Oh, you a Trump supporter." No, I don't fuck with neither one of them, because there is no lesser of two evils that we dealing with right now. That's the problem. That right there is the problem that nobody wants to address, which to me is an issue. And when you start justifying some shit that has affected your people, it shows the disconnect. It shows how motherfuckers are really truly stuck in the matrix. That's a problem. That's a major problem, because I enjoy the fact that some of the people that I follow and stuff like that, they like, yo, fuck equality. We got to focus on us. They are absolutely right, because we ain't never going to be equal here. It's not going to happen. Right. It'll never happen until a real nigga become president. I'm talking about a nigga, not no motherfucking fluffy. And even when the problem, like, I talked to somebody who's very affluent, who got a lot of money. And I said, I've been considering going into politics, but I said I would do my best to stay local, because if I were to become a congressman or a senator, they would kill me. I know that, because when you go against their norm, they don't want to fuck with you. It's not about it, because it's about people that can lead. That's why they blew fucking Dr. King head off. That's why any leader we've had, they murdered him. It had nothing to think about. It had nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with their power, their influence. When they know they can influence motherfuckers, you got to go.
Even Black Panther died. Even the Black Panther died. You can't even have the imaginary influence.
Somebody like you would never even get put in that position. So you ain't even got to worry about even because first of all, you ain't gonna have enough money to even be put in a position for Congress. Then if you're not affiliated with any party, they're not gonna put any money behind you. That's why it's never gonna be a third party.
I don't think he need nobody behind him. You're a resident of Douglasville, right, Fit?
Yep.
My ID say Douglasville. So if I cast a vote, I wrote your name on the ballot too. I actually wrote your name on one of the ballots.
No, he's talking about nationally. Locally, somebody winning an election locally is easy as fuck. That's nothing.
Yeah, but I think you got to. I think you got to start. You have to start somewhere.
Yeah, but the problem, the issue is, and to me, this is how a candidate like me could win. This is the only way I could win. People got to learn how to tap into the motherfuckers that don't vote. That's the key. Because if you look at the numbers, if you actually go look at the numbers of people who voted Democrat and then people who voted Republican, and then you look at registered voters that do not vote, that number is almost double. It's almost double the amount of motherfuckers that voted. So if you could tap into them, that's the key. And I know how to do it, but fam, once again, for me to be one voice, it would be cool. But the only way I can honestly say that I would put my life on the line like that, I would have to know that some shit is going to happen. And right now, the powers that be have, they not relinquishing that shit, yo.
Bro, you can start a movement, man.
But here's the issue with you saying that. I agree. I would like to, but there's too many motherfuckers out there that Harriet Tubman would have killed. They outnumber us. They outnumber the motherfuckers that got some sense. Because Harriet Tubman killed a lot of motherfuckers. If you ain't coming with us, okay, you got to go. That's what we dealing with. It's a lot of house, coon ass, Sambo ass motherfuckers out here, and I'm good. I'm good. Because I want soldiers behind me. I want motherfuckers that got some fucking common sense that's gonna support me because they're gonna have my back. I don't want motherfuckers to sell me out.
I'm glad you mentioned that because my friend Swan, my best friend right here from Connecticut, right here, he has I'm not gonna say he has a problem, but he slightly doesn't agree with Grandmaster Jay at all in the NFAC.
Let me my man Swan, let me put you on to something. Okay. Everybody saw the NFAC come to Stone Mountain and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I was there is because I know a young lady who was affiliated with the organization, and she was very close with Grandmaster Jay. Now, here's the thing. It's already been split because Grandmaster Jay has been called out as a fraud and as an agent. So they don't fuck with him no more. Like they don't. And Yurima Karama even called him out over what has happened. So the idea was great. And but that also shows, how the saying goes, the average person just wants to be led. They do. But the key to that is how many people are going to lead with integrity. That's the motherfucker. And for me with the NFAC, which is a problem. This is where I have a real issue with that.
Swan, tell him your problem with him.
You can't like that. Let me just finish this point. Okay. To me, it's fucked up for him to go down and be that way because you got motherfuckers out there willing to risk their lives with guns and shit, and you are playing games as a fucking agent with motherfuckers who really about that life. That's fucked up. That to me, that's real fucked up.
Now, Swan, reiterate on that. You said something about them not having the right firearm training.
Well, really, when you're dealing with that type of leadership and you're dealing with males, you're dealing with soldiers, you're dealing with things of that nature, you're not going against law officials at that point in time. Once they realize that you can be a military threat, you're dealing with the American military. You're not dealing with law enforcement anymore. Even with that being so, once the law enforcement knows that they're dealing with that type of adversity, they're going to go military. They're going to go paramilitary. They're going to be armed. They're going to have flaks. They're going to have everything needed to take on a small party. Now, my problem with everything that's been going on with him is that, like the brother said, the idea is good, but the method within gathering people is
dangerous.
It's premature. It's premature. Like you have to have life plans for each and every soldier, incidental death policies, all this stuff in place before you even start, bringing people into something like that. We don't have the munitions. We don't own a helicopter. We don't own a jeep nor tank. Mm-hmm. We're not going against if we stand out like that and face the police precincts and stuff like that. We're going to be faced with a greater and larger threat, which would be the American military. Not police officers. It will not be about, handling issues, domestically with injustice with law officials. It's going to be military. It's going to be black men yet again going against something that they want us to go against.
Well, I see Swan. I see Swan got Xfinity. Got Xfinity, man. Yeah. He got Xfinity in on. What the strength?
Because it could go that far. We're not ready. We act hard, but really, it only takes like maybe a four-man cocktail party to really just straight up go through and just clear out everybody, just so this dude can walk around in shades and say yeah, and then have a whole bunch of dudes just follow him. That's not leadership. If this one man shot himself, how is he going to take care of this man and his family now that he's gone? He accidentally shot himself. That's one big problem. That should have never happened.
Well,
and then not only that, most of the soldiers that he has, they have to go to work tomorrow. So it's like, what kind of real soldier are you? You still have to clock in the next day, or you on vacation. Or if the dude says we're going on a 2-month campaign, how many people want to be there? Or an extraction mission or something like that. And then the whole name of this came from a Ben Affleck movie. It's completely no. I would not commit myself to that. So I've always had a problem with guys who want to be leaders, and the only thing you're doing is being on a podcast with shades on, collecting this, and that. You know, while the other guys are really blindly just going behind this man and willing to die. But if something happens to one of these men, how are their families going to be taken care of? What's the death package? You know.
You thought about that shit, huh?
What's the death package? What's the plan?
The great thing about it is that it was called, like, he got called out. That shit, more than likely, because of the way that certain circumstances happen, it's probably great that it did happen, because one of the issues that a lot of people had was the fact that they were announcing where they were going. So you're announcing where you're going. Right. It's the difference if you just pop up. Now that shit, right? That's a whole nother beast. If you just
that's a tactic. Yeah.
Pop up.
Well, food. That's not. I don't think that's all the way accurate. What was going on was certain politicians and people in power in those cities and states were calling him for security. They were calling him saying, "Hey, we need you here." He wasn't just popping up there. He was getting called from these people saying, "Hey, we need you." That wasn't the case. A lot of people, you know, and I watched the news today. There's a lot of new militias coming up too. Got a lot of them in Detroit and Michigan. Got some up in Kansas City and Kentucky, Florida. They popping up everywhere now. After Grandmaster Jay came out of the blue with NFAC, everywhere. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, but the only issue with that is, like, and I think Swan, I'm assuming you have military background.
I have paramilitary background.
Okay, so I'm speaking on some common sense shit. You could tell me where you stand with it. I've always been a firm believer of everybody needs to stay in their lane. Everybody. Right. So if you have the cats that's the militia, cool. You got to have motherfucking doctors and nurses.
Right.
You got to have teachers. Yeah. You got to have chefs or cook, whatever. In other words, everybody needs to know how to play their position. Everybody knows how to play their position. That's why I've always had an issue with I'm gonna say our leadership, is because everybody got something they can offer, but they all beefing. So you got a Tariq Nasheed, you got a Dr. Boyce, even though they cool with now, which is good. You got a Umar Johnson, you got you got a Brother Polite, you got a RZA. Now RZA, I've heard from multiple people. RZA is RZA is cool. Like everybody fuck with RZA, which is perfect. But every one of those men, they have something to offer. Right. But ego, they can't all sit down. They can't all sit down and have a conversation, because one thing I'm gonna say to y'all, Umar Johnson has not opened up that school. Everybody can say that. He did whatever with that money. But when you start talking about understanding the education system and all of that's the breakdown, he's fucking brilliant. He's brilliant with it. Right. But everybody focuses on the negative. Yes, I have a problem with it too. But what I want him to be in charge of a school, you motherfucking right, because he's smart as fuck. Well, excuse me. What I want him in charge of the curriculum of the school. Yes. That's what I'm saying. Right. But they on that bullshit, which is what I don't like.
So you saying Grandmaster Jay should have had people within his regime that had these qualifications, and they should have been, first off, what you're saying, they should have had land to train on. They should go through a training course. They should have where they can have a form of income coming through every day. If they're gonna be just straight security or paramilitary or whatever, they should have paramilitary training, because he said he only accept people that had military training. You ain't have military training, you can't be a part of NFAC. Yeah,
but Charisma, here's the problem. We'll need to talk about Grandmaster Jay no more, because he's been called out. He's an afterthought. Don't give him no energy. Like who
said that? Let me bring. I got some more guests. I got some more guests I'm gonna bring in right quick, man.
Was like that too.
Let me bring these other guests in. I got my boy. That's my weed guy right there. What's up, Dro?
What's up?
Dro Junkie. Dro Junkie 81, man.
What's up? What's
going on with you, man? You voted already, Dro?
What's up, Cuzzo? What's up?
Dro, you voted already? You voted already, Dro?
Nah, I haven't voted yet.
He don't look like he want to vote either.
I'm definitely gonna vote, but I haven't voted yet.
Dro said you can't take no blunt in there. He ain't going in there. We got one more guest right here. She got who did? Who the guest here right here? She got StreamYard at the bottom.
What's up, boo?
We'll come in. Oh, she babysitting. We'll come back to you, baby. We'll go come back to her. But I'm glad y'all got on this subject of this military thing. So here's the thing. Donald Trump. Let me say this about Trump. One thing Trump has done, he has really split. He has split this country, man, so goddamn wide, man.
No, he
yes,
hasn't.
Yes, he has. You can't deny that.
No, he hasn't.
He has split this country so goddamn wide.
No, he has not.
Somebody got to win. Somebody got to lose this election.
He hasn't split shit because
yes, he has. He has.
This country is the same exact way it's been.
Yeah, but it's wide open now. People are expressing how they feel now. And let me tell you why. My first election I voted in, man, was I think it was the Gore Bush. Bush Gore was the first election I voted in. Didn't nobody give a damn about who won or lost. It wasn't this polarized. And y'all can't deny that this thing is so polarized that it gonna be a lot of people in their feeling when they got win or lose.
I think it seems more polarized now because social media is out, but I definitely remember
because we got a president who don't care if he polarizes it.
No.
That's what the difference is.
Rob.
Yes, it is. I don't care what you say, man. I don't care what you say.
Rob just made the greatest point in the world because when that shit happened with Gore and Bush, the uproar was a bunch of people saying, why the fuck is Gore just giving this shit up? Because he actually won Florida, and people, they was protest. That shit was deep. That was
a big deal. I was in college. It was a big deal. I was in school. Mad people that was out there. They was going after it. They was fighting for it. The difference now, the only difference now, is social media. And what 45 has done, he knows how to act like he's on TV. That's all. That's the only difference. And because of social media, it emphasizes shit. Because what the same exact thing that is no difference than before is you got motherfuckers that talk a lot of shit and they don't do anything. And it's just like now. You got all these people talking, I'm gonna do this, they still ain't gonna vote. That's what I said. Believe me, I feel where you coming from, but it's not true. When you start talking about 45, 45 is the same exact person he's always been. It's just that this is the first time someone ran as president who was an outsider. And he didn't give a fuck about being politically correct. That's the only difference right now. Trust me. Because he ain't fam. I caddy at a motherfucking golf course in Jersey when I've been caddying for 16 years. When I go to Jersey with all these rich motherfuckers, before Trump and after Trump, they are split. They've always been split. So nothing is fucking, and these motherfuckers with money. I know a motherfucker that go to Mar-a-Lago with Trump. Know him personally. He cool as hell. He fuck with Trump, but whatever. And I know other motherfuckers who's conservative, and they say they don't fuck with him because they know him personally. It ain't got nothing to do with politics. They say you're an asshole. So I can't go with that. This shit been split and fucked up since the beginning. And Rob, bro, you made the great. I swear I remember that shit. We was in college. I was in college. Yeah, I was in college when that happened. I was in school.
But I think
there's one difference though.
I think the fight was a legal fight. I don't think you had people talking about taking to the street with guns and civil wars and all that crap, man. I don't think you had all that going on.
Nah, like you got now. Going on.
But having said all that, let me play this video since y'all were talking about the militia groups and the black militia groups. Let me play this video, man, about let me play this little thing right here, man.
These next 45 days are going to be packed with violence.
There's going to be bloodshed irregardless. The United States is a violent country, and we are the largest all-black international coalition militia on the planet.
So I'm about
y'all can hear this, man.
Atlanta in the countryside on my way to meet some members of an organization.
Y'all were just talking about the Grand Master.
And their leader out here is a guy called Chris Hill. And all I know about him is that he's a former soldier and he goes by the code name General Blood Agent. Okay. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
3%.
I know one thing. If a motherfucker got chairs like that in his house, I will fuck him up.
The British in the revolution. They're described by civil rights groups.
I will whoop his fucking ass.
White supremacists. Something Chris has invited us here to
if he can't shoot me,
today
if
we're going to
he
be going
I
to
will
the
whoop his
woods.
ass.
We're going to be working on pistol drills, rifle drills.
What are you training for?
People may try to come and take what you got. So we want to be able to protect what we have, or to move and make contact with the threats and take out the bad guys.
Precisely who the enemy is ranges from Black Lives Matter and anti-fascists to any Democrat who wants gun control.
Lord knows what's going to happen November 4th if, when people wake up and Donald Trump has been elected president, the left is going to absolutely lose their minds. Cities are going to burn.
And what happens if it goes the other way?
I hope the silent majority would rise up.
He want that shit to happen.
Stand against a Biden
This is a waste of my motherfucking brain,
especially if there's an allegation of fraud.
If on election night there's no clear result and neither Trump nor Biden concedes, these militias are expecting to be out on the streets, and you can see how things might go wrong.
This shit wasn't going on back then.
I want to correct the myths and misconceptions about what 3%ers and what 3% militia is really all about.
The myths being what?
That every 3% militiaman is a neo-Confederate, Nazi, white supremacist, anti-government hillbilly running around playing Call of Duty in the woods.
Are there any of them?
Yep.
No, I'm a freaking Marine Corps veteran, and I'm doing what I do.
What do you think of what happened to George Floyd?
In my opinion, the officer should not be charged with murder and should not
Man,
be
turn this shit off, bro.
Imprisoned.
Now you have to see this because you think you're in a perfect world.
Gathered in Louisville, Kentucky, at the same time as anti-racist protesters demanded justice for Breonna Taylor, a black woman shot dead in her home by police. There was shouting and pushing.
Hey, Rob, I think there's one difference.
Close by, a new militia was also gathering, entirely lawfully, to demand justice. All its members are black. And they have a charismatic leader called Grandmaster Jay. He isn't easy to meet face to face. I'm in a retail park on the outskirts of Atlanta, and this is the rather unlikely setting where I've been told I could get to meet some of the most important people in black militia and black power. They had come for the funeral of Hashim Nzinga, one of the leaders of the new Black Panther Party. Taliba Tunde joined this movement 6 years ago after the notorious police killing in Ferguson.
I got into this when I saw Mike Brown get
white or black,
and they left him laying in the middle of the street for 6 minutes straight and didn't cover his body up. And right then I saw that. I said that could have been me. That could have been my friend. I actually cried. And I saw Hashim Nzinga in Ferguson. And that's why I'm here at his funeral today, because this man is the one that changed my life and made me sign up for the new.
Yeah, I kind of don't think it's the same
and
thing.
Other black groups had come here too to pay their respects.
Yeah, but you got one set want to hurt black people, and you got another set trying to protect black people. That's totally different to me.
Effing around coalition.
That is a difference.
We embody everything of the almighty Black Panthers today and the past, but we're something else.
We are the period at the end of your sentence.
Grandmaster Jay, hello. I'm Krishnan Gurumurthy from British Television, Channel 4. What is your goal?
Protection of the black race.
That dude looks serious as hell, though.
Of the black race.
He don't
The
look like no
education of weapons of the black race. We want a seat at the table in the UN too. We want to have someone that gets upset when one of us is brutalized. We don't want prayers, and we want another country, even if it's one that we build.
Do you think that the anti-racist protest, the Black Lives Matter movement, do you think that is a sort of a naive way to try and bring about change?
I would not say it's naive. I would say that it satisfies the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And they can continue to do what they want to do. They haven't achieved anything yet. If they had, we wouldn't exist.
Do you think African Americans should be arming themselves now?
There are 432 million guns in this country right now. That means there's more guns here than there are people. Should they be arming themselves? They've already armed themselves. The question then becomes, how do we equalize the playing field? Then we too have armed ourselves. We're meeting power with power.
The Second Amendment famously says a well-regulated militia is necessary to the security of a free state. Within weeks, America could be staring at disputed election results, with opposing and heavily armed militias both believing
they need to cut it out, man,
and are prepared to fight for it.
Man, please turn this garbage off. Let me say this. Let me say this before anybody says anything. Let me get this straight.
I want to talk about this.
Number one, the little midget white boy said that the left, if Trump wins re-election, they're gonna be out there and they're gonna start shit. When the fuck have the Democrats ever started some shit on some physical?
Never.
Get
Never.
the fuck out. I'm good.
Never.
They crazy as hell. Then let me get the other side. If Biden actually wins, the white boys with the guns, they're gonna demand what? What y'all gonna demand? A recount? What y'all gonna demand that Trump is get the fuck out? Come on, man. That's that shit right there. Listening to the dude talk. That's some of the most ignorant, asinine shit I ever heard, because it makes absolutely no sense. Motherfuckers been talking about their guns being taken away for how many years now? How many have been taken away? So I'm like, it's a waste. That's a waste of breath. That's a waste of brain cells right there.
But here's the thing. Trump has validated them as being viable in America.
No,
he's validated. That's what you don't understand. We have never had a president to validate these groups, man.
Bruh,
like Trump has.
It doesn't matter.
It do matter, bro. Your words coming from a president matter, man.
Listen to what Rob, you from down here in the South. And when I say this shit, I hope you get it. How many white boys you know had guns before Trump?
I imagine most of them.
Right.
The reason why I'm saying that to you is because
go ahead.
When I moved down this motherfucker, I've heard white boys consistently talking about their guns. They don't want their shit taken away. If somebody come, they're gonna shoot them. They've been saying this shit. I've been down here for 9 years. If I've been down here for 9, they've been saying this shit, and it don't mean nothing because they all talking. They ain't gonna do shit.
But let me ask you this: how many presidents have told them to stand by? Stand by. How many presidents have told them you stand by? That's validation, man. That's validation. That's telling them. That's telling them what you think is right. And I'm with you.
Right. Hey, hold up. Let me say something. Let me say something real quick.
Boys, not the 3%ers. He said the Proud Boys. That's a different.
Let me say. He's talking about all these militia groups.
Go ahead.
He's talking about all of them.
Robert, I think we've had this conversation several times, bro. You giving Trump too much credit. You're giving him too much credit. It's almost got to the point where I think he's sending you a check as much as you talk about Trump, bro. y'all.
Let me say this. No, y'all naive. Y'all better wake up, man. Y'all better wake up and see what's going on. Y'all better wake up. Let me tell you something. If Obama would have told us, y'all have the right to, y'all need to go crazy. Y'all let these white folks run all over y'all. We the one of these goddamn street mad as hell. So the president told us.
Rob, let me finish my point. Y'all so triggered by what Trump says, but not triggered at all that the Democratic Party let a person who has no political ideology or experience win the seat. Y'all not triggered by the system. Y'all triggered by what this motherfucker say.
And guess what?
About what he says.
And guess what? If we are triggered, if we triggered by Trump, how do you think your white supremacy triggered by him? It's the same way, bro. It's the same way.
If the Democrats had did their job, he would not have won. Just like Biden sitting at home right now, not campaigning, not going door to door. They're not doing that. He's sitting in his basement, not campaigning, not doing nothing. Guess what Trump doing? Out campaigning, out hitting his base, out talking to his base. That's why Hillary lost the last time, because she didn't want to go to Michigan. She didn't want to go to Minnesota because she was like, oh, those are typically blue states. So I ain't got to go talk to them because I already got their vote.
I don't believe them election. I believe some kind of way they mess around with the voting machine. That's why you think they gotta. When you go vote now, they're gonna give you a sheet that lets you know who all you voted for. They'll let you know that something went wrong with that last election. Them folks flip them vote.
Can I ask a question? Let me ask a question to every person that's on here right now. I got a question for every single person that's on here right now, and I'm about to prove some shit so Rob could be like, I hope he get this. Since 45 has been in office, have y'all had any crackers come up to y'all and test y'all?
Nope.
Nah.
What you talking about?
Okay, so Charisma, you didn't. My man, has any of y'all had any bold ass militia white boy, anybody come talk shit to you because of what Trump said? Anybody?
I heard white boy. White boys on the job all the time. They talk no trash now.
No. I said this is what I mean.
To your face.
Rob, this is my point to you. Motherfuckers do a lot of talking. They do a lot of talking. Nobody, I don't give a fuck what Trump. Do you realize that white motherfucker's never had a fight before in his life?
You don't need one. He got people to do it for him.
No, but the reason why I'm saying that to you is white people ain't stupid enough to just come test you like that, because they know they will get a fucking mud hole stomped in their ass. They're not doing it. So it doesn't matter what he says. They could be riled up all the fuck they want. They ain't gonna do shit. Of all the times you even seen the militias, these white militias go to fucking events and rallies, it'd be like 15 of them motherfuckers. They not going.
But
it doesn't matter what he say.
But this is how we know we're in a failed state, and the political system is broken when somebody like Trump can win the election. This is how we know. This is how we know it's broken. This is why I choose not to participate, because it's a broken system.
And that's how he wins. Because people like you choose not to participate.
It's not how he wins, because
you know how many people like you chose not to participate.
We say this all the time. The Democrats get 85 to 90% of the vote. So they 90% of our vote. So it don't even matter what I do. They get 90% of the vote anyway, brother. So my little vote is going to make a small percentage up on that.
And guess how many people like you believe that? You know how many people like you believe that?
She got more votes than him, Robert. Get this through your head. The Electoral College chooses the president. It don't matter how many of y'all go out there and vote for fucking damn Biden. The Electoral College, it don't matter. They gonna make the decision who's gonna be the president. Please get that through your head. Understand that your vote, you sitting there playing on a gaming system and it's not even fucking plugged in. Your controller is not working. You ain't got no batteries, it's not plugged in. It's in the other fucking room.
Hey, Jermaine, that was cold right there, man. You had to do that.
You ain't doing shit.
And I wanna play on what Jermaine just said. They just talked about this the other day. As far as the Electoral College, I think it's like 21 or 22 states. They can choose whoever the fuck they want. So I think it's like whatever the other number is, they are obligated. Whoever wins the popular vote in that state, they have to vote for that person when they go. That other 21 states, Biden could win. and they can say, nah, we're going to vote for Trump because they have that choice. That's where shit got to change. It has to change. And since you said what you said to him about it's the reason why Trump can get elected and all this other shit, go look at the numbers. Look at registered Democrats, look at registered Republicans, and look at the people who don't vote. That number it way outweighs the motherfuckers who vote. And that's why this shit is fucked up. Because you got people who just don't give a fuck. They don't care. They're like, fuck this shit. They don't even get rights, whatever. Then you have people who they actually say to themselves, my vote doesn't matter. For a person that says their vote doesn't matter, I can't be mad at them because the system is fucked up. Now, locally, from the Senate down, your vote can matter. You can actually have a voice in choosing who can get elected. You can. But the problems that we always gonna have is, it's what, 7 of us on right now. We cannot go to Congress. We cannot go to the Senate and speak our mind because we're not lobbyists. Lobbyists, big corporations, billionaires, all that shit, they control the country and do whatever the fuck they want. And until certain things change, it's never going to change. So it doesn't matter. The fact that they got people talking about how much our vote matters, instead of looking at the shit they doing behind closed doors, that is the problem.
Hey, and to your point about the local elections, yeah, to a certain degree, yeah, you can affect change locally. But if I don't see a candidate that aligns with anything that I'm with, I'm not voting locally either. Because we got lobbyists here in South Carolina that's running for Senate. And their whole big thing is, well, we got to get Lindsey Graham out. Lindsey Graham. You got all kind of celebrities for Woodard. I've seen all kind of ads for this guy. Me and Charisma talked about this the other day.
Jamie Harrison.
Yeah. You know how much money he got donated to him in the third quarter alone? $57 million.
$57 million, yeah.
All I tell you to do is follow the money. You follow the money, you find the bad guy all the time. There's no freaking way the Democrat, they pumping money into him for a reason, because he's a lobbyist. Because he was the same one that was down there doing Hurricane Katrina, foreclosing all them houses, getting all those contracts to come down there and foreclose on them houses. So they know they man, because Jerome put a post up a couple of weeks ago that got all these black Senate, these Democrats that was going for Senate seats and Congress seats and all this stuff, and you don't see no ads for them. The only ads you see is Jamie Harrison, and it's a reason why. So you can't tell me that this shit ain't so fucking damn corrupt and fucking damn crooked that I'm supposed to say, yeah, well, just because he's black and he a Democrat, I'm gonna fucking vote for him. Bullshit. Because what is he gonna do that's gonna affect anything that's in South Carolina? He ain't came to Aiken and fucking damn campaign and said what he gonna damn do. He ain't did shit where I damn live at, so why should I vote for him? Same thing with fucking damn Biden. Why should I vote?
Let me say this. I'm not going to disagree with nothing you said. And matter of fact, I agree with most of what you said. But here's my theory. Here's my mindset. Knowing the history of voting and voting rights, knowing the price that people paid for us to do this shit, to even have it used to be a time you couldn't vote any damn way, so don't even think about it.
Robert,
let me finish before you start talking.
Okay.
So this is what I do every year. I don't do what you do. You find reason not to vote. I find reason to vote. And that's the difference between me and you. Whether it's a lesser evil or not, I'm a goddamn cancel ballot for somebody. Somebody gonna get my goddamn vote. Listen, because I know the history of the people who paid the price for us to even have a chance to even do this shit. And now we got the chance to do it. All we do is come up with excuses why we can't do it. Okay, if you don't like the candidates, you goddamn run. If you don't like the candidates, you get out there and damn run. That's how you do it.
Okay, so
I just told First Quan he reneged on running. And you don't like the candidates, get your ass out there and run then.
So you want me to run, right? So first of all, this is why
all of these people who died for this shit, man. Get out there and find a reason. Find a reason, man. Find your reason, bro. Find your reason.
Rob, they did not die for us to have the right to vote. They died to have inclusion into the system. They did not die.
No, we got it. We got it. You got it. And you got it.
So let me ask you this: before the vote,
include yourself then.
So the Voting Rights Act got passed in 1965, right? No, you got to care about it because the Voting Rights passed in 1965. We had explain to me how did we have black congressmen and senators before that? We had black congressmen and senators in 1870, 1869. We had
Supreme Court.
So Robert, tell me who was voting for them then? And when we didn't even have the right to vote, who was voting for those people then? Tell me that.
White folk.
So once you explain, once you understand the system at play, then you can understand that all of it is a facade. I keep telling y'all, this shit is not about fucking damn black and white. It's about classism. It's about rich and poor. Once y'all get this black and white shit out of y'all fucking damn mind, y'all will be fucking damn better. But as long as y'all keep this damn racism shit in y'all fucking damn head, y'all gonna keep staying in the fucking damn matrix and keep staying in this fucking damn bullshit.
Hey, I have something I have to talk about, which I'm glad you brought that up.
You ain't got nothing to talk about. I'm just playing with you.
No, I'm gonna say this. This is an interesting situation happened yesterday. I was coming from work and I went to the gas station. There's two white guys in the parking lot. All right. They had Texas tags, and the white guy said, "Brother, God, Jesus loves you." He told me Jesus loves me. So I said, I know Jesus loves me. He said, "Hey man," he opened up the trunk. They selling cologne, perfume. I said, "Okay," but the other guy was talking about his younger brother had the Bible out, so he was talking about God. And he asked me, he said, "You a believer?" I told him, "Man, I'm a believer." And we got to talk about God and stuff like that. We was out in that parking lot for 3 hours, man.
Hold on. Before you get, when y'all talking about white Jesus or black Jesus?
Hold on.
Damn.
Let me get to that. The whole time, that man wasn't even talking about nothing about color, about politics. That man was just strictly about Jesus Christ. He said, "Look, I grew up in the hood with a lot of different people, black people, whatever." He said, "I'm a baller.
That's
I play ball." He said, "But I was blind. He said, I was blind. My people were lost. We lost. We don't know the truth. It ain't about politics and color and money. No, it's about only God, only the truth. Him. He's the way, the light, and the truth. It ain't about nothing else." That man, I kept bringing up history and politics. That man just kept blocking it out. It ain't about that. At the end of the day, it's all about God. It's all about God. I was talking about Trump, talking about Biden. That man didn't want to hear nothing about that. He said, "Bro, at the end of the day, it's all about love. Love conquers all. Love is what brings us together. And the devil is running around and got people divided, and it's about color and race and militias and stuff like that." It was pretty deep, man. It was real deep.
I mean, it's more like he used the race. He used religion to deflect you.
You want to know how you could have found out that white dude was serious about what he was saying? You should have asked him what color was Jesus.
Damn.
I did ask him about that.
He would have changed that attitude immediately.
You know what he said? You know what he said about that? I said,
What?
I said he spoke about the skin of bronze and all that. He said, "I already know about all that." He said, "My people were blind to that. I know about
Why
that."
did he bring up that he lived in the hood? That was the color factor right there. He was trying to bond with you.
No.
He was trying to bond with you.
He said, no. He said he grew up in the diverse areas. No, I know the game. That's why when I gave him so much, I kicked so much knowledge to him. They didn't know about black inventors, none of that. His brother's older.
That's some bullshit. He knew all that other shit. He did not want to hear that shit. He didn't want to hear it. He wanted to save your soul and have credit for saving your soul through his life. And he just wanted credit for convincing some Negro to shake his hand or something. He didn't hear nothing you said, bro. He didn't.
I didn't feel that kind of vibe. But I understand where you come from, Charles, because I recognize, bro, I done met them all the most religious ones to the cricket ones. I know. I'm just saying what's interesting that these guys didn't know nothing about history, period. They from Texas. I told them about what the books was written up. They was like, "Bro, we didn't have no idea about none of that." He said, "Because
you believe that?"
I don't know. I'm just
how
saying,
old were they? Were they like 60, 80 years old or something?
No. The older brother was in his He's like 50.
So he was born like at the end of segregation, and he don't know nothing about nothing. All he know is Jesus.
No. Well, no, he said he's been conformed. His older brother was on drugs. He was in the heroin addict. He said he's conformed. The younger brother was, the one, more like, I was a baller. I play ball. I'm it was just interesting. If you would have seen it, was just. I know the other brother who was on drugs, who got off drugs. I was kind of skeptical about him. He kept mentioning some other junk. But then, just and he was wearing a cross on his neck. And I told the younger brother, I said, why is your older brother wearing a cross on his neck? What does that represent? And I gave him the history of that.
Like most drug dealers.
No.
Like most drug dealers.
It's just, you got people that you got a lot of people that represent the cross around their neck instead of knowing that it's sacrificial instead of understanding the sacrificial point of why Jesus did what he did. You shouldn't represent the cross that he was put on a tree or whatever, but it's the replication behind it. The whole thing behind it. But I just feel like even with that stuff y'all talking about the militia group, and if Trump lose and this, nobody ain't gonna do nothing. It's gonna be just like any other, because it could have happened when Bush did the same thing when he won, and everybody was like, "How did that happen?" The groups could have went.
But before the show over, I'm gonna y'all gonna find out who gonna win the election. We're gonna find out tonight who gonna win the election.
I'm saying, but but the militia group, the 3%ers, and when that guy said, "Oh yeah, that guy shouldn't have been convicted for killing George Floyd," I didn't even know he said. I watched that document, didn't even hear that part.
Yo,
there's like, wow, I believe he said that.
There's one.
But, go ahead. What you say, cuz?
I said there's one thing that I have seen that's kind of alarming. That's different than any other time that's been going and voting or whatever. And what I mean by that is this. Like my age, I'm 38, so I'm seeing a lot of, and I'm hearing like. I wouldn't say a lot because there's always going to be some black folks that's going to be voting with Republican, and that's just how they're going to do it. But look though, I don't know about y'all walks of life, but what's alarming to me is what I'm paying attention to is there's a lot of talk. It's going to be a good amount of black folks, I think, that's going to vote for Trump because for one, Joe Biden. I mean, I saw that last debate. I mean, it took Buddy a while to get back on track on what he was trying to say, and a lot of people looking at that, and bro, he looked bad out there, bro, and what I'm hearing, listen, I'm hearing people my age, some people younger than me, dog, they voting for Trump, bro.
Fair.
Now that's one thing that's different. That was different than any other time.
Let me tell you something about one thing. I think Joe Biden don't tell people. Joe Biden is a stutterer.
Oh my God.
He's a stutterer.
Okay, listen, y'all. Listen, please. I'm begging you. We got to change topics. We have to because
I'm just giving you the facts. I'm giving you the facts.
No, there is
I'm not giving you the facts.
Rob, the man has dementia. The man has dementia. I've been saying this since the election started. The man is losing it. It ain't got nothing to do with stuttering. It has nothing to do with stuttering.
Man, here's the thing. I think a lot of y'all guys are Trump supporters.
No, Rob. Rob.
Oh, nah, bro.
A lot of y'all guys, if you're a Trump supporter, just say it, man.
Rob,
I'm definitely not a Trump supporter, bro. I'm just saying,
Joe
that's
Biden,
what it looked like.
Fam, no, you're absolutely right because people are using their eyes to see the shit. That is a problem. That was the one. I've been saying this shit since the beginning of the election. Joe Biden was a bad candidate because the motherfucker is losing it. And when you go against a motherfucker like Trump in a debate, Trump, one of the stupidest motherfuckers on the planet, can look good compared to Joe Biden because he's fucking old. He's showing his age.
So you saying Trump look good?
Compared to Joe Biden as far as having common sense. You know what? Putting together a fucking sentence, yes. That's bad.
Yeah,
that's
Rob, I was just saying that, that was one thing that's been totally different because, like when the Gore Bush, like like I said, I was in college. I went to an all-black school. I went to NCCU in Durham. You know what I'm saying? So like, of course there was gonna be some black people gonna, but it wasn't like a dissension. It's getting to be like it's a dissension now. Like it wasn't a dissension then. It is a dissension now. So I say that's one thing that's kind of different.
I'm gonna tell you why it's a distinction now, brother. Because it's nobody, no Biden, Harris, nobody's going out earning nobody's vote. They going out there saying Trump, 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 Trump. They ain't saying what they gonna do. No policies, no nothing. It's just we gotta get Trump out. We gotta get Trump out. And then when you say, well, why we gotta get Trump out? Well, we just gotta get Trump out. Well, what you gonna do for us? Well, we got to get Trump out. It's like, damn. What are we voting for? The voting process is a negotiation. Is what you gonna get for me? What you gonna do for me? You get my vote. That's how it works. That's how it's supposed to work. And that's why we're in a broken political system.
And I'm about to tell y'all exactly why you got certain people that look like us willing to vote for Trump. Because Trump put his face on the stimulus money. He basically said, I'm the one giving y'all this money, so y'all niggas vote for me. And the Democrats never disputed that. That's a problem. You got motherfuckers, literally, hood motherfuckers. Oh, I fuck with Trump because he gave me $1,200. He gave me this, that, whatever.
And to piggyback on that, there's gonna be some black people that's gonna vote for him, true indeed, because when Trump came in office, niggas checks started getting bigger and all that. I mean,
that's
a lot of
true.
black people.
That's not true.
It is true.
Mine did.
I'm
gonna be honest with you. Mine did, bro.
That's not true.
Mine did, bro.
The annual black household income has dropped under Trump.
No. I'm not saying that.
Dropped under Trump.
Rob, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like in my personal experience, my checks with me having the same job, my checks got more. My checks start coming in more, and I'm just saying like black people was paying attention to that. Now I'm not saying that's what they should pay attention to, but they is though.
Mm-hmm.
What policy you looking forward to with the Biden-Harris administration? If they win, what policy are you looking for that's going to really change the average American's life?
This is not a policy
healthcare.
Huh?
It's really not a policy election. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, that's the problem.
This election really not about policy.
Elections can't be about identity. It can't be about.
This election. This is an ideology election. Trust me.
Well, neither one of them have ideology.
And it's a fruit fool Negroes who think it's about policy. Because they think Trump, see what Trump do? Trump take it and he give it away on the other end. Like, say like this what this empowerment zone, you know what this empowerment zone has done? It run grandmama out of her house.
Oh my God!
It's gentrification. Only thing you did open up the door for gentrification.
Swan, put your hat back on. I want you to lose no hair, bro. Put your hat back on. Yeah.
Because y'all are not researching what y'all talking about, man. Y'all not researching. You're not researching, bro. You're not researching.
Rob, I ain't against you, bro. I'm not against you.
These empowerment zones is killing black communities. People can't even afford to live in these zones now.
Right.
And that's one thing y'all not waking up to, man.
Rob.
No, I'm not saying that.
Then they say, Trump getting black people out of jail. But they don't know Obama commuted more sentences than any damn president.
Yeah, he came over here in my state.
He did. But see, here's the problem. The Democrats don't talk about it. Trump talks about it repeatedly, and fools believes it. And that's how Trump wins. He just repeatedly talk about the lie. And people, Trump doing good for me. Trump helping black people. Trump ain't did enough for black people.
What administration built the cages at the border?
What?
And that's what Trump talking about. And that's what Trump said. You repeat what Trump said.
I'm just saying, but is it true or not? Because I researched it.
Did you see it? Did you see it? And then what Trump made, see that's what I'm talking about.
Have you researched it?
Trump keep repeating this at rallies, and people don't check in on it.
See, Robin, that's your problem. You listening to CNN, but you're not doing your own independent research.
And you listen to Fox News.
You can't come to me.
And you listen to Fox News. And you watch Fox News.
I do my own research.
And
the Obama administration built the cages. That's a fact.
But who put them in the cages?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, it don't matter now. It don't matter now. It don't matter now.
A doesn't happen. B can't happen. A, B, C, D. You can't go to C without B.
Hey, Trump said they coming over here with coyotes.
Let me change the subject for y'all fellas who don't know. I'm about to talk about some damn money and some shit that we can do as a community to make sure that we support us. Okay. He was actually on the show. Gara, one of the owners of Rescue CBD, and basically, this is a 500-acre hemp farm that's actually owned by us. It ain't no middleman. This ain't the shit that's in the corner store. This is honestly and truly the fucking blue magic of CBD. So, bottom line is, if you know somebody that got arthritis, tendonitis, rheumatoid arthritis, if you got a person who deal with anxiety, and if you know a person that deal with insomnia, you need to go on that site and buy the shit because it's official. This shit is no fucking joke. And the only reason why I'm saying it like this, not only do I know them, I use that shit. It's official. If I didn't use it, if I didn't put that shit on my hip and that shit was done when I woke up, I wouldn't be bragging about it. But the biggest thing about it is they both are pushing because they want it to be that everybody can get involved in the industry. You could actually buy a piece of the farm and whatever they grow is yours.
No. Damn. Are you serious? Like, listen, last week the dude was talking about it's like sports, like our great path to getting success was through you saying drugs. Basically, marijuana. It's people still locked up for bags. I lost the scholarship over a Nick bag.
Fam.
And then once you just buy stocks in the shit, and you promoting this shit like I just like weed. You know what I mean? We locked up over weed and CBD.
I'm gonna say this. Okay. Since you just said, I'm gonna ask you
weed.
Since you just said that, I'm gonna ask you a question because you came at me that way. Is weed legal in all 50 states in the country?
No.
Is hemp legal in all 50 states?
Yes.
So if hemp is legal, and if I'm telling you that one of us has a company to help in the instance of building wealth amongst our people, what's the issue?
That's a growing business too.
I'm just saying though, out of all, is everybody locked up over drugs, and then our way out ain't gonna be to just market a drug? It sounds like it's just like what's the point?
So
like,
Charles,
so we gonna play our basketball or sell weed our way out of it? Like
here's what I'm gonna say to you.
Hemp is hemp.
Why is it that we wouldn't want to jump on something like this when it's a way for us to be able to get into an industry that we've been blocked out of? It's a way for us to actually generate. It's a way for us to generate revenue to get money to help get our brothers and sisters out.
How are you gonna do? You can have a business, but I mean, okay, if they started saying cocaine, you can grow coca plants. Is you gonna tell me the same thing? Like, go invest in coca plants just because it's legal?
I'm gonna put it like this. I put it out there for you. The way he's taking it, I don't know where. I think y'all get where I'm coming from. Basically, it's $1 billion business that we can get a piece of, so that we can start creating.
You can buy penny stocks in all them markets already. They don't have to.
Here's the difference. Here's the difference between buying penny stocks and doing what I'm talking about. I personally know the owners. How many businesses do you know as far as $1 billion companies, and you know them personally?
I don't, but I started.
You don't,
and I did my best this year, and I can do it again and again, over and over. I got a secret.
What I'm saying to you is this is where we got to learn how to connect shit. When you have money like that, you have a seat at the table. When you have a seat at the table, shit can change. So
when you come in,
and the other thing about that is
money. You're at the table with your weed, your hemp money now. You think they're gonna respect you even more or something? Because you got $500 million in marijuana or hemp? That's not something. That's not sustainable. That's not.
What? Say that again? It's not sustainable. Why not? Tell me why.
Burn down your weed. You can have an infestation of bugs. It's like little petty shit that's never gonna. That's not my way out of this. It's the bank on this dude's growing hemp. If that was a big industry for me, we already been out there on the block selling weed and stuff. You ain't get nowhere with that. It got to be something different.
Why didn't you get anywhere with it?
You said you even thought that you was able to run for politics. You should do that. Fuck that weed shit. Like that's not credible enough to me. I would tell him go be a doctor or try something different.
Charles, you keep saying weed, but it's not weed. It's CBD. You got to know the difference. Because weed is illegal right now in all states.
All right, hold on.
But CBD is not illegal. CBD is legal. It's better than narcotic drugs.
I could grow weed right here in this state, and it's about 15 CBD shops that done closed before Corona happened. The shit ain't popping like you thought it is. These motherfuckers they can't even put their money in the bank still. I'm not really sure. I just didn't like that.
It's popping down here.
No, you in Georgia. You go outside with a blunt. My wife had a roach and she went to jail.
I'm not in Georgia, my brother.
I'm in Mass and we can grow weed here and this and that, and they still fuck with you. They don't give a fuck that none of that shit is legal.
Bro, where you at, bro?
I live in South Carolina.
Oh, you in South Carolina too? South Carolina.
What city? What city you in?
Greenville. That's where I'm from. That's where I'm born at.
That's about 2.5 hours for me.
How far?
About 2.5 hours.
Y'all need to meet up in the motherfucking middle. And
TB, what's up, old school?
Jermaine, you already know what's up.
We got man.
Hold on, we got my TB in the house, man.
What's up, Terry?
What's going
what's
on,
up, Terry?
fellas? What's happening?
I don't know. You tell me, man.
What's the topic for today?
Hey, Potluck Tuesday, man. Whatever you want the topic to be. Hold on, we got a question from we got a comment. Somebody say talk about why blacks can't afford health care. She want to know that. Latrina, what it is? Broomfield.
I know her.
Broomfield. Yeah, she want to know why we can't afford health care.
It ain't just us. That's a common theme in America. Healthcare isn't affordable because the pharmaceutical companies are jacking shit up. I mean, between insurance companies and the pharmaceutical companies, think about it. It should be Medicare for all in this country. It should be, but it never will be because they ain't gonna allow that shit because they're gonna lose too much money. And when people go back and dig deeper to see why this shit is like that, Nixon's boy was like the CEO or owner of whatever big insurance company it is, and that's when that shit started. Once that shit started, it was a wrap.
Insurance and drugs is the biggest game ever played in America. Whether it's pharmaceutical drugs or on the street drugs. You dig what I'm saying? It's all about drugs. Afghanistan, drugs, poppy plant. It's all about drugs. Whether you hustling drugs or I got a partner work for a giant pharmaceutical company. And it's just about drugs. Whether it's pain medicine, high blood pressure medicine, it's all about drugs. Let's move back. This country is operating drugs.
What about our kids though? Ain't nobody really talk about kids. And I'm a dad, and I've been married, and I've had DCF. And what I'm seeing is everybody, I agree, I like what y'all talk about, but I think it's a whole nother thing happening. Like all the wars, the distraction. We distracted with all this shit. At the same time, our kids are being subjected to unfair and mistreatment. I feel like our violations of like Constitution. I ain't the smartest dude. I don't know all this shit, but what I'm saying is that this DCF system is banking, it's using healthcare that we can't afford, healthcare that we are living in poverty and things. So they bypassing our constitutional rights. When if my child was to be in a situation, the police needed me present to even speak to him. So if my child went and shot someone, he's like 12, and I need to be present. But my situation is that they are bypassing these things and targeting Black and brown neighborhoods, taking our kids. They taking our kids and the fathers and we're not doing anything about it. Like we need to reform that. like at the same time, all you guys have a lot to teach to your children. At the same time, you might not have them there. We could be out there shooting, having a war and all this, and they already taking our kids. They taking them, they brainwashing them, they separating them from family.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a while.
Yeah, but nobody's saying nothing. I understand children need protection. Children do need protection. It is it's a need for them, but why is it so overlooked that, oh, she was a drug addict, take her kids. Oh, she didn't have enough money. Like, okay, this white neighborhood doesn't a few miles from me don't even have a DCF. They don't have a DCF. Where DCF at? In the hood. DCF is Child Protective Services. DCF
DSS.
I'm saying
CPS.
DSS.
I got you.
DSS is bypassing constitutional rights. I can't even stand it. I can't even face my accuser. You feel me? How is it that someone can accuse you of something? It could just be a messy neighbor accuse you of anything. And all you got the police show up, DCF show up, they want to take the kids, they don't even want to tell you what you did, if you did it. And then they're protecting the one that accused you. So if I was in jail for murder, I get this, I know who's accused, I know, the state, the victim, something, but they're keeping it away from us, and they're scaring the moms, they scaring the dads, they putting us in situations where everything is abuse to the point. I'm
gonna call you back, Kobe. I'm on that show.
Yeah. Oh, what I'm
really?
saying. I'm just saying. I think that this is like some secret fucking weapon.
Well, really, I think this is a plan that they've had. They've had this ploy for years. They've been doing that. And you didn't mention another way they get the kids is, if a kid has, just a little problem, staying still or staying calm, they just want to drug them up. They want to drug them up. But then after that, because I've been working in the school system, see, after they drug them up, what they do is they'll say the kid he or she cannot keep up with the class. And then what they do is they put them in that one class.
Yeah.
And they put them in that special class. So now they're in a special class. Now they're in a special class year after year. See, now they label.
Right. And
so it's a big plan, my brother. They've been doing that for a long time. So
as soon as they get my son in the system or my children in the system, now they banking on it's like he a cow. Now they sending him to the medical doctor. The over here the DCF has the hospital built next to it, and they only send the kid to that doctor. So that doctor just banking on these people taking kids. The therapists, they all in their enclosed system and will not give out any information. It's your child. This is a whole human being's soul. You know what I mean? Our kids are dying on the street from drugs, poverty. We fighting to try to keep them alive. We don't know who to vote for, how to protect them. We need to train our kids. I see white people teaching their kids how to shoot guns. I bet you if my son said anything about a gun, they're going to show up and take my child. But I can look at videos and here my 12-year-olds, I'm finna show them how to shoot a chopper. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro, it's applied to the black man. You know what I'm saying? They trying to get rid of the black man. That's the norm.
No, don't say normal.
Just like my boy
what I mean.
No, I'm saying that's what's going on.
It is normal, but for us, I think everybody let their guard down. Let their guard down with that.
Just like my boy Greg just sent. My boy Greg Greg Sam, he just sent that Deuteronomy 28:32. That's exactly what's going on. If you know that passage.
Yeah, so you know what I mean.
But we smart people, man. I think that's some kind of way we got to get on one accord. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of different ideals of how to get there. But I'm gonna ask you a question, Rob. So you remember what Biden had said when his first? Biden, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about black folk. I'm talking about. Damn them, man. We need black men. We need to come together, man, and try to fix our own problem, man. You know what I'm saying? I talk a lot of shit, but I'm for black men. I'm for us, man.
Yeah, me too, my brother.
I think we gotta find a way to put it together, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta find our brightest best and brightest mind. Everybody got to come together and get in the room, and we got to talk this shit over.
There's too many gatekeepers. There's too many gatekeepers for us to press through the mainstream black men. There's just too many gatekeepers that keeping it status quo for them and their agenda. And folk like ourselves, it's hard for us to break through. You know, we kicking at each other, coming up with ideas, but we're not mainstream. We're not the gatekeepers, and the gatekeepers keep us out.
And the piggyback on what you're saying, Terry, and you know, I hate to sound to be. I guess I'm the fatalist on the. I'm the co-host that's the fatalist. I think it's bad shit. It ain't never gonna get fixed. But at the end of the day, like you said, you got the gatekeepers, and then you got a select group like us, which is a small percentage of black men that is willing to come together. But on the grander scheme, when you got guys that got bigger platforms, like Jerome was saying, like Dr. Umar, who's an intelligent guy, you got all these other guys, but you have to be willing to accept support. Dr. Umar is not willing to accept support from anybody else. He don't want to take anybody other ideas. He wants to be, I'm the man, this is my idea, I'm gonna run with it. Like Jerome said with the ego shit. The ego has to be taken out of it. And I just don't know if it's enough of us for the ego to be taken out of it, because everybody is gonna be one person that's gonna want to be the leader. I'm the leader, this is my shit, this is my movement, and it's not gonna work that way.
I think it's enough of us. It's guys like us who gonna have to do it.
The one thing that has to happen is, bottom line is this point. We have to learn to stay on code. Period. When it comes to us, because when you look at, and I'm gonna use the Republican Party as a great example. No matter what, it don't matter. They're on code. They stay on code no matter. It don't matter who say what, this, that, whatever. They do not stray off the path. What we have to do is stay on code. One of the things about staying on code is it can't be this shit. Anytime it's this, it has to be behind closed doors.
Right.
Our biggest issue is this is too much in the forefront. Nicki Minaj and Remy Ma. I just heard earlier Romeo was getting interviewed on the Breakfast Club. He said he's known Bow Wow. Bow Wow's like 4 years older than him. They known each other since he was like 8. When Romeo decided to come out, the record exec said, y'all can't make no song together. It's gonna be more money if y'all go against each other, if y'all competing against each other. That is ingrained in us. When we can separate that shit, it's game over. But we have to stay on code. That right there is major.
Hey, what you said is powerful, because I've gotten to the point now that people that I actually know that I have a relationship with, I'm not gonna have a back and forth with them on social media. Like if they post something that I don't agree with, or I post something, hey, message me. Send me a personal message. Don't go back and forth with me on fucking damn Facebook under some damn post. That's one thing. But it's another thing. It's just like they used to do the damn the singing, the R&B groups back in the day. Everybody, they come together, they sing and they grooving, right? And then the record execs, they'll come in and say, hey, I want you to be the lead singer. I'm gonna give you all the songs. I'm gonna do this. And then that's when all the damn shit start happening, when they start pushing one person, and then that one person get the damn big head, get the ego, and then the whole group break up.
Yeah.
We seen it with New Edition.
And I would suggest for everybody on here, I've never been one to donate to certain shit. I'm gonna make it my business. Every month, I'm donating to a HBCU. Period. Because the HBCUs are probably one of the few things that we have, and them shit started to diminish. And when you start looking
they closing every day.
Bruh, when you start looking at the stats of HBCUs and their careers, that shit, I would tell anybody, send your child to an HBCU. And I say that because that type of experience you can't get. And the relationships you build and everything like that. But for me, I'm all for that shit, because once that's something else that was like taken away from us when I think about the athletic shit. Back in the day, It was the HBCU that was producing the motherfucking beast in the NBA and the NFL and all that shit. Then the big schools came in and they took that shit. If we can get back to that, they'll have more control.
But people would think we're going backwards. People would think we're going backwards. Why go back? That's their mindset now.
Because 9 times out of 10, when you corrected any problem, you got to go back.
Right, I understand.
You corrected any problem, you got to go backwards first. You can't start from the present and go to the future and correct the problem. You can't do that. You have to go back.
We understand that, but a lot of the folk, a lot of the sheepers, they don't understand that. They like, well, we going back. Little know that we're going back anyway. When shit ain't been did our way, you know, with systemic racism, systemic housing, systemic schooling, you know, systemic health care. Everything is systemic right about now. You know, but they look at like
it's been systemic.
Right.
I'm gonna tell y'all something that I heard today. And this is where the influence and power could be, but they're not gonna do it because they fucking punks. They said that the NBA season is supposed to start in December.
Right.
Now, so they were saying, well, if it starts in December, I don't think LeBron gonna be there. He been playing in this many finals and all this other shit, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So they was like, well, why can't we do it in January? Because if they do it in January, they stand to lose $600 million in TV money. Now, here's the thing. This is where that power comes in at. If the NBA players was about the movement for real,
strike,
fuck y'all, we ain't playing till we want to play. Because if they lose 600 million, if they play in January, if they play in February, that's 1.2 billion. So now they can dangle that. If y'all don't allow us to have a seat at the table for some real change, we ain't playing. But they're not going to do it because they fucking punks.
That's bullshit. Every time y'all come up with some solution to evolving as a human, as a black man, it involves sports. Every scenario I keep hearing.
Charles, my man. Let me say this to you, and I hope you really get where I'm coming from.
Using sports.
It's not just about sports. It's about power and economics. It's money involved. That's the only way they listen.
Sports. That's the only way they're gonna listen if Michael Jordan stops shooting sports. Shooting basketball.
Okay. This is what I'm saying to you, bro. And this is where you gotta kind of close off where you at to hear where I'm coming from.
Why basketball come up every time a black man talking about coming
up?
No,
you taking this to a whole nother level. What I'm talking about is economics.
Yes,
economics.
But that's your only scenario is through basketball.
No, it's not my only. I brought up the point to show you what power is there for us to be able to get shit done. That's what you're not hearing.
Have you been watching this? Because every week some black guy talk about using sports as their leverage or not shooting sports. I'm Tiger Woods. I'm not going to play so I can hurt white people.
I'm good. I clap myself out because that response to me is crazy, but whatever.
I think we everybody got different ideas of how things should be made. Ain't no idea bad idea, and ain't all of them good. You know what I'm saying?
We banking on some players, a few percent of players, to go and be brave enough to cut their check, so some white people lose some money, and that's supposed to help me. It ain't. How many people actually make it to the NBA?
Yeah, let me say this to these sports stars. Let me say something about these sports stars.
1 and 2 million.
They have a whole lot. They thinking like, do I want to give up everything I earned? Remember Kaepernick? This man gave up his whole career. Niggas still watching sports. Niggas still went and played. Ain't nobody really thinking about Kaepernick now. That man gave up his whole career for something he believed in. We didn't stand with him.
But he's still profiting though.
Yo,
it don't matter. Niggas still watching the game. Niggas still watching games.
How you keep saying nigga? How are y'all so smart and keep saying it? Like,
well, brother,
saying the N-word. Like,
well, I'm gonna tell you why I'm proud to say the word nigga after I actually got a history lesson, because NIGR actually means king. NIGER was the flip side of what the white man did. If you don't believe me, go check it out for yourself. Nigger means king. NIGER means king. It means royalty. Go check for yourself. I ain't gotta say nothing else.
I looked it up and it was the derivative of a Latin word for black.
No, see, you gotta go deeper, bro. Trust me, you have to go deeper. That's not. It's way deeper than that. NIGER in Africa means king. That's a fact.
So they knew this and they decided to keep calling you a king?
No. What happened was the colonizers, as they always do, they want to degrade us as people, so they added a G and they made it derogatory.
Well, when did we start accepting that? Because I don't think my grandma and them was actually saying that, like, what's up, my nigga?
Because they didn't know. Bro, they didn't know.
No, I'm saying
they didn't
know. I mean, like, when did we adapt that? In the 80s? Was it the 90s?
Fam, this is some shit that's hundreds of years old. That's why I'm saying dig deeper. If you dig deeper, you'll be surprised.
You gotta go back to like the 1600s, my brother.
Thank you. So in 1600, it was a Negro saying, "What's up, my nigga?" to the next Negro.
Because it was a term of it, bruh. This is what I'm saying to you. No, you know what? You know, I'm gonna make this easy, because once again, no. What I'm gonna do is charisma. Send me his number. I'm gonna send him the proof so he can see it for himself. That's all.
Follow him on Facebook. I want the proof. I'm learning from y'all.
I'm gonna give it to you.
Teach me so I don't be wrong. I don't want to be wrong.
This the whole thing about this. The reason that's why I'm glad that you said that, because we as people, we have to stop accepting what's forced upon us. That's a problem.
Yes.
So what I'm saying to you is we have to understand that even that word, there is and there was power in that word. It was them who took the power away. That is the issue. And it's not the first time that the shit happens. It always happens. That's why we have to know our history. Period.
Be informed.
Is everything.
And this is why we have to learn. We also have to learn how to communicate as well. The first thing in communication 101 is listening. So we have to learn how to listen. And not, because if you already got your answer formulated and ready for a response, that means you ain't listening to what I said if you already got a response before I even finished saying. So we have to learn to listen to each other, listen completely, and then think about what I said, and then come back with your answer. And it's okay if you don't have a response. It's okay not to have a response. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go do my own research. Good, and that's how we move on. We can't keep going back and forth. This you say this, you say that. We got to learn how to communicate with each other. That's number one. If we talking about unifying and coming together, that's the first thing we got to do is learn how to communicate with each other.
Conversation rule the nation. I agree with that.
Well, and I want to jump on the situation with the NIGER word, because a lot of different terms and the history behind that, because they did have to identify the people when they were sold into slavery, because they from different regions of the country where they came from. We talked about that. Remember, Fu? About them saying that.
What y'all talk about?
Well, no, it was like, okay, you got people from the Niagara River, from that area, so then. Some of the people that was Southern didn't really know how to pronounce certain things that were brought to them as far as where these people were from, and they were ignorant to it, and they just said, well, it's just a nigger. We know nigger, don't really matter. You know what I mean? He a nigger to me. Mm-hmm. What you say, they don't know, they didn't know the history. They were just brought, this is a slave, he's here, he's a stud. Do you want him? I will take him. I don't care where he come from. Is he healthy? Is he gonna work for me? Fine. He come from this part of the region of the country, the world. Okay, I don't care about that. You know what I mean? So that's where the separation came in that when it came to race hating and division, because it was like, okay, you had this color because white people can buy their way out of slavery, we couldn't, so they were treated a different way. They got a different form of home living and food and plantations. They got to eat good, they got to sleep good, better places, better, better housing. Blacks didn't. So with that word is very pop. But see, the thing I don't like is when people say, oh, well, people of color say, that's our word, we gave it power, so we can use it, y'all can't.
Well, that's true. And that's a very critical thing. And it's nothing wrong with that. I think we should have the power to dictate how we allow ourselves to be identified. And I think that's really
go around calling a white man hunky. That's good. So a white man can say, we hunkies, y'all can't call us hunky.
They call themselves hunky all the time. Honky talk, that wasn't that didn't derive from us. They call themselves that. They call themselves rednecks. They do that, but they have a certain acceptance of what they call themselves.
Do you know
and
why
I know good and well I couldn't go in certain areas and say the word hunky. I just wouldn't do it.
You know,
that's just the respect that I have because as a black man,
say what now?
Like that.
You could call them hunky because you get killed.
But they wouldn't be bothered by that.
No, I'm saying
because they created it on their own terms. They made up the words on their own terms.
I understand that. They could do that. You can go to them and say, "Hey, hunky."
Yeah, but see, the thing is, at the same time,
do you know why they called themselves redneck? You know where that came from?
Because I think they was Confederate.
On terms.
They was Confederate.
So it doesn't matter. It's not going to affect them. They don't have these big giant forms and prop.
Hey, bro.
And Wi-Fi.
Why they rednecks then?
Damn.
They say
this emoji
that as a form of endurance to say that they have indigenous blood within their blood in their family. So they say
it don't mean that they was wearing red in the Confederate Civil War, red, blue. It got nothing to do with that.
It's the complexion of their neck.
So it's completely different.
Right.
So
I think the term redneck came from them because they actually turned red.
Right. They did.
Well, that's just like being,
I think that's how that came about.
Oh,
right. So they're not going to see. They're not going to get upset about that.
No,
because
they'll claim that indigenous part, but they don't like it. They say savage.
The kitchen floor.
But they say we redneck because it's in my blood. Background. So they got. You get what I mean? That's the only.
Yeah. I just.
But that doesn't. When it comes to us, though, they have a problem with us accepting ourselves in any kind of way. To them, that's a positive that they want to end. When we get to the point where we can be, no matter what you call us, we give it the power to say, you know what, I'm not affected by that. So we call each other that now. And you don't have the power anymore to dictate how that affects us. That's when they have a problem with it. So if I sit here and say, what's up, my nigga, they got a problem with it, then let that shit reverse back on them in the first place. There's a certain amount, and see, that's the biggest thing. Even throughout slavery, it was pride that pissed them off so much. It wasn't the fact that they hated us so much that because they were jealous. That wasn't the only thing. It was whatever amount of pride. And even in the movies, if they say you were proud or you were proud nigga, this and that, that's what got you lynched. If you knew at the end of the day that you were still black, you came from Africa, and you was proud to be that, that's what got you lynched. That's what got you tarred and feathered in front of your family. That's what got your wife raped. It's the fact that you was proud to be who you are. The knowing after the fact that what they think of you has no power over you, that's a problem. That's why they have a problem with the 90s when everything was going well. They talk about black male predators in 94, but they won't talk about how 94 had the largest numbers of high school and college graduates. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about the pride that existed in the 90s. And what they're trying to do, they're trying to separate our generation from the generation we gave birth to. So we have a weaker generation of kids that have more access to power and knowledge that don't know what to do with it. So they can be easily led. They can be easily led to here, there, this, and that. Our women are being subjected to all kinds of white Eurocentric standards of beauty and lifestyles and this, and that. They're out of control.
Yo, think about Swan, my man. Yeah. The stuff that you just brought up.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all gotta really think about this. These are conversations. Matter of fact, a great example. If y'all look at Uncensored with Debbie Allen, she brought up exactly what he talked about. When you factor in the Cosby Show and A Different World, just those two shows.
Yeah,
just those two shows. the enrollment in college, people believing in themselves, all of that shit, it means something. That switch went completely off the rails to I'll give y'all another great example. Little Kim and Lauryn Hill. I talk about music still good, but one of them selling sex, one of them not. And that's where the shift has went, because we always supposed to be seen as sex symbols, and not sex symbols, but as pieces of meat. And that sells. But it's been proven that's not the only thing that sells. That's why you got somebody who look like us. I can break it down. You got somebody who like comic books. You got somebody who like art. You got motherfuckers that like skateboarding. You got somebody like me that like golf. That shit varies, but they love to lump us into one genre. Motherfuckers want to talk about all these people in jail. What about the people in college? All the single mothers. What about the ones that's married? What about the ones who fathers are there? They don't talk about that shit because that's not news. What's news is this thug shot this mother.
Right. But negativity.
I just saw today. This shit was funny as fuck. I'm thinking about getting a home security system. I saw a video on Facebook.
I got a shotgun.
Two people stealing from somebody's house. They both was white. Both of them was white. But they don't talk about that shit. But we the motherfucking thieves and shit. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this shit is crazy when you think about it. But that's why we have to learn how to control media. We don't own shit. The more we don't own shit is the reason why when we leave the country, they look at us like we about to come steal the whole fucking country, when it's the motherfuckers who actually stole the country that's controlling the media. That's the bullshit.
Facts. This is media. We have some control through these venues like this. This, it's better than back in the 90s.
Charles, you're right, but the problem is we don't own it. And if we say something wrong, they cut the motherfucker off. It's censored.
I'm pretty sure we all saying something wrong according to these other people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know you done say.
Jermaine, you muted. Jermaine, you muted.
That's why the conversation of the racial wealth gap has to be addressed, because even with the college situation, you have affluent, like you gave the example of the Cosby Show. You had a doctor on TV, you had a doctor and a lawyer. They can send their kids to school. Their kids don't have to worry about getting a student loan and then getting out of college and being in debt. You have affluent white families who can just say, "Hey, go 100,000, go to school. You can do geology, sociology, whatever. It ain't got to be shit. It's just $100,000 we just throwing away." But on the other end, you have people of color who have to get these student loans. You have poor whites who have to get student loans, and then when they get out, they done with their 4 years. For one, they can't get a job in their field, and then on top of that, if they do, they got hundreds and thousands of dollars in debt. So they already going in debt. So we have to talk. That's why we have to address the racial wealth gap.
And it doesn't erase that student loan. You can't get it off your credit score. You gotta pay it off.
Okay, boy.
It's projected by 2053 that the black family will have $0 in wealth. That's it's going $0 by 2053, and that's
$0 in what? In wealth?
By 2053.
That's the reason. That's the reason why a lot of times when we come, as far as me and Jermaine, and certain things we'll bring up, you have to make sure that you're watching certain documentaries, you're reading certain books, because they're giving you the information. And we have a lot of people out here that's spitting out the right shit. Somebody like Dr. Boyce Watkins, he's an economist. We got to listen to that shit because he's an economist that looks like us, that's speaking to us. We can't listen to these motherfuckers that ain't talking to us. They know what it is. But people are reluctant to do that, which to me is a problem. Because when they made that saying, it's not true for all, but true for most. Not in the fucking book. That's a problem. Considering we the ones that came up with a fucking language, which is crazy.
But you said we was
Rob over there plotting and finding videos.
Okay, go ahead.
No, we don't finna do, man. It's 8:54, man. We did a lot of talking today. We had a good time, though. So, but I wanted to do this for the election. The election is Tuesday, so I don't know if we're gonna do a show because everybody gonna be so enamored to the damn TV trying to see who won.
Yeah, we
see what's going on.
We should do a show because a lot of motherfuckers like me don't give a fuck. I ain't watching that shit. Fuck.
Yeah, but a lot of people give a fuck.
No, but here's my point.
What you gotta understand.
I think we should have a show because you have a lot of people who are waking up and they will want to see the content and the shit we're gonna talk about. Because once again, motherfuckers ain't gonna care.
So I'm gonna play this video with this guy right here. He's predicted the last. I don't know how many he predicted. He's been right.
I know this dude you're talking about, and I still can't believe
you know that dude.
It's
just something for the. It's just something to see, man.
You give 45 way too much energy on this show, yo.
The White House party is turned out.
And we gonna give our pardon shot after the video, man. I hope y'all guys get out of fight, man.
We looked at every presidential election from 1860 to 1980.
What they found were 13 keys.
Y'all gonna
Only
find out
two
who
of
gonna
which
win
have
this election
anything
right
to do
now.
with the traits of the candidates.
But this dude
Allen
ain't
has
been
used
wrong
the
yet.
keys to accurately predict every election. First in 1984, calling it 2 years early before anyone even knew who Reagan's contender would be. In 1988, calling it in spring when Bush was trailing Dukakis. Again in 92, 96, and in 2000 when he called it for Al Gore. Hey, Alan.
No, I wasn't wrong. I correctly predicted that Al Gore would win the popular vote. When I first developed the system in 81, you had to go all the way back to 1888 to find a divergence between the popular vote and the Electoral College vote.
So Alan eventually started calling the winner, not just the popular vote, which was useful 16 years later when, well, you know.
I'm a Democrat, and the toughest thing in being a forecaster is to keep your own politics out of it.
But that's enough history, Professor. Let's get to it. What do Alan's 13 keys predict for 2020?
And remember, an answer of true always favors the re-election of the White House party. If 6 or more of the keys are false, you get a political earthquake.
Okay, number 1. The White House party gained House seats between midterm elections.
Republicans lost the U.S. House midterms in 2018, so false.
Number 2, there is no primary contest for the White House party.
No Republicans challenged Trump for his renomination, so true.
Number 3, the incumbency key. The sitting president is running for re-election.
Doesn't look like he's stepping down, so true.
4, there's no third-party challenger.
Despite claims by Kanye West to be running, this is a two-party race.
This is looking pretty good for Trump so far. Number 5, the short-term economy is strong.
The pandemic has pushed the economy into recession. False.
6, long-term economic growth during this presidential term has been as good as the past 2 terms.
The pandemic has caused such negative GDP growth in 2020 that the key has turned false.
Number 7, the White House has made major changes to national policy.
Through his big tax cut, but mostly through his executive orders, Trump has fundamentally changed the policies of the Obama era, so true.
Number 8, there is no social unrest during the term.
There has been considerable social unrest on the streets with enough violence to threaten the social order, so false.
Number 9, the White House is untainted by scandal.
My favorite key. As I predicted, Trump was impeached. Plus, he has plenty of other scandals, so false.
Number 10, the White House has no major foreign or military failures abroad.
We've had some very difficult moments with Donald Trump, but so far, true.
11, the White House has a major success abroad.
While Trump hasn't had any big splashy failures, he hasn't had any major successes either, so false.
12, the incumbent party candidate is charismatic.
Donald Trump is a great showman, but he only appeals to a narrow slice of the American people. And as a result, false.
13, the challenger is uncharismatic.
Biden is a decent, empathetic person, but he's not inspirational or charismatic. So true.
That means
keys predict that Trump will lose the White House.
That's Alan Lichtman's prediction.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay.
Oh, I see some of y'all look sad. Some of y'all looking sad about that.
Shit, I'm happy.
Who looks sad?
Sad about what? Who gives it ain't like it's gonna take
Charisma looks sad.
Goddamn,
Jermaine don't left the camera.
He like
how do I look sad about? I don't give a fuck.
He like Nostradamus.
Hey, Jermaine, that's my dog right there. That's my man. Jermaine, we battle buddies, man.
I just kind of lost faith in Biden when he said,
"Man, shut up! You Trump. You're a Trump supporter anyway. You ain't got no."
Listen, I just lost faith with him when he said,
I'm just joking with you, buddy. I just talk trash like that.
I know, but you know what I'm saying. If y'all don't vote for me, y'all want to go back in slavery. Who would say that?
Some shit Trump would say too.
Nah,
what Trump say? What Trump say? What the hell you got to lose? But see, y'all only talk about what Biden say. Trump told you what the hell you got to lose. You ain't got nothing to lose.
All right.
And see, that's what I understand about y'all. Y'all keep pointing out what Biden do. Y'all don't never say what Trump do or what he say. But anyway, man, we at the point, man. We're gonna do point shots, man. I know he do. You don't never say it though. You know what I'm saying? But pardon comments, man. Y'all go ahead. Look at these pardon comments, man. We 901. I try to keep it at 2 hours. We had a good time. We chopped it up with each other. We got at each other's throat, man. You know what I'm saying? But Bud Dro ain't smoked the blunt yet, man. What the hell I'm saying? He must be out of weed, man.
Nah, never that, my brother.
Trump stopped the weed.
All right, man. Who gonna get that part shot first? Let's get out of here, man. You know what I mean? We had a good time.
Yeah, right here. I just like to say, I love all you guys. I appreciate y'all, and I'm just, pushing strings, pushing buttons. That's the only way we evolve sometimes to challenge each other's thoughts and things.
Yeah, ain't no hard feeling, bro.
Ain't
no hard feeling.
I just don't want that because normally, outside talking to people, it can kind of hairy, like talking about religion and politics.
Yeah, then when this show about the everyday people, man. We talk about this. We talk about how we do it on the streets. This is how we talk about it, man.
I stay away from it on the streets because most brothers ain't coming where I'm trying to even be.
We talk about how we do it in the barbershop. We get at each other about it and we move on. You know what I'm saying?
But I just enjoy this. That's why I keep logging in with y'all every week. You know what I'm saying? And y'all be safe and y'all take care of y'all families, and our children is our future. So while we all worried about all this Trump stuff, we gotta still protect our children before they get to the we need them to carry on. So hopefully we find a way to get this message to our children so they'll be able to carry on what we're doing. All right,
bro. Appreciate you, man, for coming on, man. This is your show, man. You know what I'm saying? You welcome anytime, man. Come on, chop it up. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do.
All right.
Who next, man? Peace. Go ahead, Dro, man. You ain't smoke, man. You disappointed me, man.
Nah, man.
I told everybody I got that guy coming on, man. Who got that 5 man? And
nah, Cuz told me not to do that.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, Cuz told me not to burn on the podcast.
Man, that's what this podcast is about. This podcast is about everyday people, man.
Cuz called me and said, man,
he called you.
Don't you burn on the podcast.
Oh, man, that what make it real. You got real dudes, street dudes smoking weed and everything. Oh man, that dude smoking weed. I gotta watch this show again. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm telling you, dog, I was stuck with this emoji. But yeah, man, I had a good time, like always. You know what I mean? Stay woke, be informed, and stay dangerous. That's
all right, bro. That what's up, man. Come back again, man. Holler us, man. Hey man, hey, this our show, man. We give you permission to burn, man. Burn down the house, bro.
All right, bet.
All right,
boys
bro.
be easy.
All right, peace, bro. All right, Swan.
All right, sir. Basically, what I'm gonna say, this is my closing statements, man. It's good to know that these type of things exist. I'm kind of a recluse. And Alton, he's been urging me to come on this for months now, and I finally decided to do it. And it's just good to see, man. It's nice to meet these guys, even though I don't remember all the names nor the faces. I probably won't next week, but hopefully I'll see y'all next week and hope that the show overflows.
Yeah, man. Come on back, man. Come on back, Swan.
Right.
Fly like a swan, man. Fly on back here.
All right, dude.
Who we got next, man? Who won't get that point shot next, man?
I'm gonna mention it again. Because I'm passionate about what I mentioned earlier. It's about time that we honestly and truly did support our own. And with this industry, I see the wealth that can be created by regular people. And it can go all the way up to wealth, or it could turn into enough money to put food on the table, because shit is about to get real. And with shit being real, you got people out here that's not working. They don't have their regular income. You got to figure out something. But most importantly, it's people out here that's fucked up. Whether it's pain, anxiety, or motherfucker can't sleep. Yo, I never knew people suffer from insomnia like that. I did not know. Motherfuckers not sleeping for days. Shit fucked me up. That shit fucked up. When I heard, I was like, yo, that's some gangster shit. Because I go to sleep every goddamn night. Well, so for me to hear that, I'm going to do my part to be able to help them. So what I'm saying for everybody out there, jump on the site, check it out, get your piece of the pie, because it's $1 trillion fucking industry.
All right, that's it. Pawn shot. Who next, man? Let's go. Roll with it.
I guess I'll go next. Man, great show again, man. I
bring the pain. Bring the pain, Jermaine.
Topping it up, going back and forth with Robert, me and that dude. Hey, I told Charisma earlier this week, we were talking, and I was like, man, I say it's rare when you find people that you automatically click with. I feel like I've known you brothers for longer than a couple of months, so I appreciate that relationship. And I've been touched with some death the past week. Jerome has too. So man, love your loved ones, man. Tell them you love them. Just stay close with them, and man, just hopefully I'll see you guys next week. Maybe we can chop it up while the live stream going on with the election. We can kind of chop it up or whatever. But hey, man, y'all take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Love each other, man.
All right, brother. What's up, man? Who next? Hey, my next. Who next?
Yo,
Kareem, you left, man. Yeah, it's you, man.
Yeah, I just want to say, man, swords sharpen sword, man. Steel sharpen steel. You know what I mean? Just we like Jerome, like Fubi saying, man, we really gotta invest in ourselves and our people in order, because money talk, man. That's the only way we're gonna sit at the table. You gotta fight fire with fire. That's the only way. And if we don't understand what's to come, we all gonna sink, man. If we don't get it together now, not later. Because my dad, he's pretty prophetic, and he been telling me about this stuff years when I was a young kid, and this stuff that's coming, and it's coming. I'm seeing it. The older I get, I'm seeing this stuff, man. And I don't know, like Jermaine was saying, man. By 2053, the average black family, zero income. That's bad. And we on the market now? We're like what, half a penny? We're worth a half a penny. That's bad. So yeah, we just gotta. I just want to say, man, I love y'all guys, man. Hey, let's just stay focused, man. Let's stay on course, man. Let's drive the shit the right way.
One love, brother. One love, my brother. One love, my brother.
Side note, fellas.
Side note.
I will see y'all next Tuesday, and I'm gonna do my best to broadcast from Mexico, because I'm being Mexico.
You gonna be in Mexico?
You goddamn right.
Hey, underlay.
So, I'm gonna do my best to be on the show from the motherfucking beach.
Hey, man. Do how you do it, man. You know what I'm saying? And make sure they pay for that damn wall too while you down there. Trump said they're gonna pay for the wall.
They ain't on that side. I'm out of beach.
This page is pretty professional. Pretty professional,
What?
man. Professional page. No,
all right, y'all. I guess it's my time. Y'all nigga logged off, man. Hey, this is what we say goodbye, fans, listeners, followers. We appreciate y'all tuning in, and we love y'all to death. But let me tell y'all, somebody would have had for a reason. See, somebody gonna win, and somebody gonna lose. But at the end of the day, it's all about God. We put God first, black people, white people too. You put God first, everything gonna be all right. You know what I mean? Everything gonna be all right. You know why? Because God is love. So I'm gonna leave y'all with this little song that I wrote. I personally wrote this song. That God is love, and we got it. We got love. That's what we gonna do, y'all. We gonna ride out with it. Let me cue that thing up. Yeah. We got love. Uh-huh. Peace.
Peace.
Love is a word that we all use most of the time. Love gets abused, but we should have faith in love. But love won't fall. Love died for us all. Love cannot end. It was there from the start. Love needs a home. Let love in your heart. See, this love is real. Something you can feel from the heavens above. 'Cause God is love. We got love, and that's all we need to get through our pain, our insecurities. Love conquers all, that much we know. Love is the same no matter where you go. Love is patience, patience and kind. Love won't choose sides. Love is colorblind. Love won't envy. Love won't boast. Love is that blanket that covers the most. Love is not arrogant. Love is not rude. Love will win. Love could never lose. Love is needed to bring better days. And if you need love, it's just a prayer away. So we got love. We got love. That's all we need. That's all we need. Through our pain, our insecurity. Love conquers all, and that much we know. Love is the same no matter where you go. We got love, and that's all we need to get through our pain, our insecurities. Love conquers all, that much we know. Love won't change. We got love, and that's all we need to get through our pain, our insecurities. Love conquers all, that much we know. Love is the same no matter where you go. We got love, that's all we need to get through our pain, our insecurities. Love conquers all, that much we know. Love is the same no matter where you go.
Now we got to get this thing right. What is needed is a realization that power without love is reckless and abusive, and that love without power is sentimental and anemic. Power at its best. Power at its best is love. implementing the demands of justice, and justice at its best is love correcting everything that stands against love.